Hey everybody, welcome back to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 19th of March, 2025. And in this video, we're going to be talking about, well, something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about how much money there is out there to be scooped up. Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of money on the streets. Can you find it? But before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. That's right. It's a mighty big number. Not sure exactly how big it is, but I'm pretty sure it's got to be ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, over here to moneymetals.com. Looks like gold's up 240 to 3047.70. Silver's down 22 cents to 34 even, Steven. Look at that. Platinum down 1640 to 1,360. Palladium down 9 even, Steven, to 994.20. And Dr. Copper hanging in tough over there with gold. Yeah, up 5 cents to $5.05 per pound. And I would imagine that's going to go higher and higher as well as things progress here. You got to see this, but before that, let me finish up what's going on over here. All right, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.39. Now, for quantity 1 through 39, you will be paying $40.39, and I would imagine as this silver spot price goes up, their premiums will go down. That's right. For some reason, I got a feeling we're going to see $5.99 premiums because the silver price is probably going to hit $36, I would imagine. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Now, look at this. This is the sell to them price is $35.21, almost $36, right? Yeah. Is that higher than the spot price of 34 even, Steven? Yeah, by $1.21. Easy math that day. Now, let's look at Dr. Copper for a moment, shall we? Look at that. 505 could easily be $6, $7, $8, $9 if things continue the way they are. And you're probably wondering, what does stacker mean, continue the way they are? Well, let me get to that in a second. Let's keep on keeping on. This is the bullion sales at the United States Mint. Sales totals by month are updated every weekday by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That's if they have sales or if they want to. Now, look at this, folks. This is the January, February, March. All right, we're in the middle of March. We don't really have to say too much about March right now, but I want to touch base on February real quick. We have under 1 million American Silver Eagles sold for March. That's a head scratcher. Not sure exactly what's going on there, but it does kind of fall in line with last year when it seems like the sales were governed, right? And then total gold coins sold was 23,000. However, if you look at the ounces, yeah, it was only 12,000 ounces. Well, let's bounce back over here to moneymetals.com. And typically, and this is the psychology of sales, I don't make up the rules. I just notice what's going on. But typically what we see when prices are going up, people are in a frenzy to pick up gold, pick up silver, whatever is going up, because they think they're going to miss out, right? That's FOMO. Well, and then when things are going down, right? Down, 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 people tend to sell, okay? Because, well, they don't want to catch a falling knife. Well, that's one thing, but it doesn't explain anything what's going on over here at the United States Mint, because what we're seeing here, this all-time record highs for gold, and pretty amazing highs for silver in the recent years, and the demand just isn't there. Is it the economy? Is it that the United States Mint is limiting and governing the sales to at capping them at a certain amount? These are questions we need to ask the United States Mint, because the demand should be there. It makes no sense at all. And should we even trust these numbers? And speaking of trusting numbers, look at this. Remember, this is circulating coin production for 2024. Yeah, look at Philadelphia here. This is a really interesting yeah, look at that, 32.88 for Denver and 36.72 for Philadelphia. No, I did a bunch of videos saying that was all about the D, but if we can trust these numbers for the 2024 circulating coin production, I would say that Philadelphia's are just as important as the Denver strikes, in my opinion. This is amazing, folks. And like I said, can we even trust these numbers? It's like that Public Enemy song, Can't Trust It. I don't know what to say other than good luck to everybody. But look, there has been a bunch of sales on eBay for these 2024 Jefferson nickels, right? Well, not only the Denver, obviously, but the Philadelphia now. And that's the money on the street right there. If you can go to your bank and pick up those. And you know what? If you accidentally pick up a 2025, well, guess what? You've also done pretty well, because guess what? 2025 original bank wrap rolls are selling for decent money. That's the money on the street I'm talking about. And what's interesting about this, look at that, 3 rolls, 2025 Philadelphia. Yowza, right? That's pretty good money. Look at this, 20 rolls for $100, 2 bids already, $15 a roll. So it is there, folks. The money's out there. You just got to be able to find it. And what's really interesting, if you already have, let's say you already have a box of, let's say you already have a box of pre-82 Lincoln cents, and you already have a box of Jefferson nickels, right? Well, look at this, okay? And I have here, And these are the futures, right? 505. All right, let's just go ahead and put 505 per pound, okay, for the rolls of pennies. They would cost, you look at this here it is down here, total metal value, 50 rolls. Oh yeah, baby. This is no joke. I don't have any other numbers in the fields here. 50 rolls of pre-82 copper would have been $25 a box. Now stands at $83 a box. Yeah. What? Yeah, exactly. If that doesn't put chicken skin on you better check your pulse. Now look at this. This gets more intense. A box of nickels, right? That's $100 in face is worth now $124. And you add that right there. Look at this. If you have 50 rolls of nickels and 50 rolls of pre-82 copper, you're looking at $207. That should be 125 face. Yeah, that's incredible. So that's what's going on now. And folks, I got to say, if this is what's going on, and we're looking at this right now, markets are looking for Fed for guidance on the economy. Does the Fed share the stock markets worry about the economy? If the economy is slipping and tripping, these are going to be yanked out of the system sooner than later. And we've already talked about how and this is why the 2025 pennies are selling for so much money, because, well, on, what was it, February 9th, the president made a, I don't want to say proclamation, some kind of address saying, look, we got to stop pressing the penny because it's costing too much money. And we didn't even address the nickel yet, but I think that's on the chopping block. That's what's next. And I think all these people that are listing these items, they know what's going on. And if you listen to this channel, you probably already knew that. That's what's amazing. This is incredible, folks. Like I said, we are in an era that we really have no idea about. This is incredible. I think the last time we lost any kind of denominations was like 1878. 1878. Yeah, that's been quite some time. And what does it mean for all the pennies that are going to be in circulation? And not the ones that are necessarily used, not necessarily the zinc and cents, because there's 6, 7, 8, maybe 100 billion of those zinc and cents out there. The real ones you want are those copper, those pre-82 coppers, 95% copper. Those are the ones. And then obviously, I think if I can go to the bank and if I don't pick up the 2024 Denver, the 2024 Philadelphia Jefferson nickels, that's okay because of the metal content. And, you know, some people say, well, you know, you really can't sell nickels for more than face. Well, yeah, you can. Look online. They're selling it everywhere. And what's interesting about this, the price of nickel could be going up. The price of zinc could be going up, right? Which countries produce these particular metals? Yeah. Think about that. So we are on the precipice here, folks, of something very much interesting for our circulation coins, for our money. I mean, this is incredible, folks. And we could even switch over and eventually get rid of the dollar. I mean, look, if they're really serious about saving money, they're going to get rid of the dollar bill and switch over to a dollar coin. Think about that. Where does that lead us? Like I said, we are in all new territory, folks. This is incredible. This is fun. And for the people who can see, well, the future, so to speak, or who can see trends, they are going to be making decent money, just like these folks here on eBay right now. I've shown you the listings right here, but I haven't showed you the sold and completed listings. You won't believe your eyes, folks. So they're sold, completed, and it's going to click over any moment. Yep, look at that, 2 right there, 2025 D, Jefferson nickels. Yep, for almost $8 delivery and $30. That's $15 a roll right there. Look at this, 5 rolls for just about $54 and change, right? 55, 34 there for the rolls. I mean, there it is, folks. The writing's on the wall. Are you part of it? Have you been to your bank lately? Well, if this doesn't make you want to go to your bank, I don't know what you're waiting for. Now, with that said, let's keep on keeping on. This is the last item I wanted to touch base with. We still don't have a price for the most expensive 1-ounce American Gold Eagle proofs in the history of the United States Mint ever. So with that said, still waiting on that, and it does drop tomorrow. That would be, let's see, it's about 7 o'clock now, and you know, that's about 30 hours, about 29 to 30 hours to go, and this will drop. And I do believe we will be going live to talk about these on drop day tomorrow, 11:45-ish. Now, let's go to those plus ones. I've yammered for way too long. This is what I've said before, but I think it's important because of what's going on. Oh, right here, yeah. Here it is, Proverb 12:25, and it isn't Christmas, right? When there's worry in a man's heart, he should suppress it. let a good thing convert it to gladness. And I know I've said this before, but I think it's really important, especially now. See, what it means, I think, is a person who trusts in the Lord should not worry about things that are not in your control, right? Rather, they should dwell on things that will make them feel good and happy, and maybe even things you can control, right? So that's pretty simple. And why do we make it more difficult and more complicated than it needs to be when it's right there in front of us? Because, I have a saying, and I've always said this: if you have a problem and you can do something about it, it's not a problem. And if you have a problem and you can't do anything about it, well, why worry about it, right? It's out of your hands. You can't do anything. That's about that, right? Now think about that. That's pretty amazing. Now, if you want to think about things that are going to turn your mood, think about going to Sunday dinner. Think about going to your favorite restaurant. Think about spending time with the people you love and love you, right? Think about a vacation. Think about a holiday somewhere, right? That would be outstanding. Think of a place you've never been. Think about winning the lottery of what all the magical things you might do. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Just turn your mind and your focus and perspective onto something good. That's all it is, folks. That's all it's ever been. It's always been your perspective. Bottom line, if you can't change that, that's that. Now, with that said, let's bounce over here to 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is Marilyn McCoo, Billy Davis Jr. This is from, I think, 1977, if I'm not mistaken. The song is called You Don't Have to Be a Star to Be in My Show, baby. Come on now. Let's get down with it. With that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you see, sub to the channel. It's absolutely free. Now, if you want to help support the channel in other ways, you can definitely become a member. It's $1.99 a month, or you can hit up the store and buy something cool there. Stacker out.